Hello.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest best. When I lay me down to die, I'm going up to the Twinkie in the, going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. I die. I'm gonna bite the snack that I love best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a Twinkie if you wanna trust. Just saying, Lordy, I'm so spread. Gonna meet the Twinkie in the sky. Never been a sinner. I've got a sweet tooth. I got an orange sponge cake, a creamy truth. So when I die, don't ask me why. I'm going G up to the Twinkie in the sky. Going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna snack on the Twinkie I love best.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest best.
All right.
He's a very Twinkie guy, the kind you don't take home to mother. He will never let your pants down once you get him off the streets now. He's a super twink, a super twink. He's super twink. Wow. Guy is pretty wild now.
The guy's a super twink.
The kind of guy you watch on OnlyFans, yeah.
The guy is pretty twinky. He's a super twink.
He's super twink. Wow.
He's a very special guy. The kind of guy you want to know on OnlyFans now. Donate to my PayPal because he's super twinky now. He's a super twink and super twinky. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Good morning. Let's get this party started. All right. So this is probably going to be a quick live stream. Good morning. This is October 8th, 2025. Obviously, you can see the title. I was messing around with it a little bit. I was trying to tag David in the title, but I got him tagged in the description as well. So David's latest, David Shurter, by the way, and this is David Shurter, did a stream yesterday, and yeah, he did a stream yesterday. It was, I didn't listen to the whole, I listened to maybe the first 5 minutes because you know what, listening to David Shurter, I just couldn't take any more of him. I just, sometimes I just cannot put his energy and his words into my consciousness. It's like eating bad food, sugar, or not even sugar, because sugar is pleasurable. It's like punishing yourself. It's toxic, poisonous, the things that he says about people. And but I need to call this one out because David has spent a lot of time calling people Nazi, specifically Nazi, satanic, pedo child traffickers. Not just a child trafficker, not just a pedo child trafficker, but he specifically calls people a Nazi. He goes into the Nazi arena with his accusations. In fact, he did that to me on his first video. It's titled that I am, Terry Joyce, is a Nazi pedo protector. That's what he called me. And it's very interesting that right now on his blog, he is using a person. They have a Twitter account. I'm going to show it here in just a second who it is. But he's using this person as a source of facts against Gabe Hoffman. And the guy's an anti-Semite, clearly an anti-Semite. So this is a conflict of interest that David does a lot. He criticizes the alt-right. This guy's an alt-right person, by the way, right on his Twitter, his X account. Alt-right. Oh, by the way, Phoenix Enigma follows him, which I find interesting. And Andy Dick, that was interesting too. The two names stood out to me that follows this guy on X is Corey Daniels, Phoenix Enigma, and as well as Andy Dick. Okay, so and we know I actually met Andy Dick once, and that's a whole nother story. But I digress. Let's just say he might be a dick. But he was nice to me at that moment. But then he, is known to, well, he's got problems, substance abuse problems. And unfortunately, he was a funny person, but sometimes funny people are messed up. I don't want to digress on Andy Dick. But so David is all over the place. He says one thing out of one side of his mouth and another thing out of the other side of his mouth. But the main thing that you should pay attention to today is that he is supporting an anti-Semite. He's not supporting an anti-Semite, but he's actually using an anti-Semite source who clearly has a bias against Jewish people, being that Gabe Hoffman is Jewish. He's spreading lies about him, and David Shurter is double downing on it as a reason that Gabe Hoffman is responsible for attacking him and being a child trafficker along with the rest of us. And one thing that I can't stand personally is a hypocrite. Somebody who lies and is all over the place and uses whatever they can to try to make a point when they know that they're sinking. So let's go to I'm going to go to David Shurter's video here. I'm going to play a little bit of it for you. I'm not going to obviously play the whole thing. By the way, if you want to support Not My Rabbit Hole, I do take PayPal donations at hollywoodhemptress@gmail.com. It's probably the best way to support me. Also take super chats, super thanks, and buymecoffee.com, which is you can find all those things down. You can find it on my if you go to my page, you'll see it in my description, all of the places where you can find me on social media, as well as if you want to support the Not My Rabbit Hole channel. And, thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for tuning in. It's important to, I think, on my channel to uncover, to show these types of things, to expose what this is, what this kind of targeted harassment is. And it just seems like a lot of the people that are involved in it, there's a running theme of anti-Semitism tinged within all of the some of these alt-right-wing people. Okay, you might want to say, oh, they're not, but they are. Okay, you might want to have an argument about Pepe the Frog and say that Pepe the Frog wasn't deemed an anti-Semitism symbol. It is considered that on one hand, and on the other hand, other people use it for other reasons. I just want to point that out. But if you look at the demographic of people that are in this cluster, surrounding Isaac Cappy, surrounding what took place in 2017 underneath the tutelage, I wouldn't say tutelage, but underneath the channel, Lift the Veil, there is definitely anti-Semitism. And it's not the first time that I pointed this out. In fact, I pointed it out a couple years ago when they started doing the whole thing on me, trying to claim that I was an anti-Semite. Yeah, that happened with Titus Frost. That happened with, the other channels that happened 2 years ago, trying to put a Hitler mustache on me, saying that I'm wearing an Aryan wig. Tom Schillenberger participated in that. And yet, when you really look at who is posting or saying, posting anti-Semitic sentiments or saying, things that you would consider anti-Semitic, losing their channels for saying it, it's them. It's all. It's. I'm gonna say the names right now. Denise Mattow. How many channels has she lost because she was making anti-Semitic remarks? She clearly even says that she is. She proudly announces herself as being that. There is, let's go with Nathan Stolman. There is a video, I've shared it, where Nathan is a Holocaust denier. Clearly a Holocaust denier. So, and then you have David jumping in, but accusing other people. Oh, let's go with Isaac Cappy. Isaac Cappy lost his Twitter account for anti-Semitic remarks. And then you guys want to cry victim. You go, oh, he's a victim. Oh, Gabe Hoffman went after him. Oh, this or that, or blah, blah, blah. Well, these people have been lying about us. And they've been using anti-Semitism with it. Oh, let's talk about Blazing Scar. Her little post on her page. She's upset about that. She's like, she did a video and blah 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 blah. Terry Joyce is attacking me. I'm calling you out as an anti-Semite, Becky. If you don't want to be considered that, then don't make posts that allude that. Trying to say that Jewish people are part of the Masons. It is the Masons. I want to tell you something about the Masons. The Masons came out of the Knights Templars, theoretically. Those were not Jewish people. So, what? It's really important to know your history. Because you look stupid. All right? So, let's take a look at David Shurter. Here we go. And you know what? He looks more and more like a clown when he wears a bow tie. I'm just saying. Your bow tie, it's like putting a cellophane wrap around shit. A pile of shit is basically how I look at him. I'm going to be an asshole, and then I'm going to wear a bow tie while I do it. So here we go.
Just want to make sure I look normal. Normal as I can look.
You don't look normal. Okay. And you know what? I want to make a comment about David Shurter talking about how everybody who talks about him is looking really awful and, trashed and losing it. David, you're not a good looking man. In fact, in my opinion, you're one of the most unattractive men on the internet. Okay. You are not attractive.
This is going to be a short live, but I'm making this live to go with the blog post that I just posted. Gabe Hoffman. The difference between you and I is that you're using Glenna to talk shit about me and say we're looking for shit on David Shurter, and you're putting your email address out there. Oh, we need to get shit on David Shurter. Anybody out there, you won't get a fucking email. You won't get any emails. However, I just want to point out, I just have to sit here and wait. You guys all need to check the link out in this description, because the stuff that I was sent on Gabe
Oh, you betcha we're going to check it out. I got a few things to say about it.
Hoffman will blow your freaking minds. And I put it all.
It doesn't blow anybody's mind, David. I don't mean to burst your bubble, but it really doesn't. It's crap.
All on my blog. All of it. He can argue about what happened 45 years ago when I was 13 till the cows come home. But the shit that I was sent, ooh.
Okay, let's talk about the 13-year-old stuff. It was, what was it? It was 10. He said he was 10. He said he was 11. He said he's 12. Now he's 13. Okay, so 13 is a tween. That's not a child. You're a minor, but you're not a child who can't make decisions. The problem with David, he can say all day, well, I was a kid. I was abused myself, which granted, people that when minors actually sexually abuse other minors, it probably means that they are being molested. Otherwise, that's a pattern, right? But David hasn't taken any responsibility for what he's done in the past. He justifies it, and he has continued to abuse his nephews as adults, verbally, and he just recently did it on his YouTube channel within this month.
Ooh. People need to search it to go.
He has no guilt about what he's done. He just passes it off as that he was having issues. He was the person who's the victim, and because he was young, he has no responsibility for what he's done to children, to his nephews.
Look for it, and I posted it. I don't know the person who sent it to me. They sent it out to me out of the blue. As you can see from the screenshots, I did accepting their stuff because I wanted to thank them. But at the time when I got it, I didn't have a clue who this person was. Still don't. But I looked at some of the links. I think some of it is bullshit. I think that this whole thing that went between Gabe Hoffman and Thomas Schoenberger is bullshit controlled opposition stuff. I don't believe any of it. I think that it was all done for show so that they could say, oh, we're not together at all. That's what I think. Denise Matthau, she's not a fucking sweet old lady. She's right along with Tara Joyce. They work together. I dealt with Denise Matthau.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. I'm gonna put my fair use banner here. Let's talk about that. We are just educating the public about David Shurter. No, Denise Matthau and I do not work together. In fact, I have several messages where she telephone harassed me, recorded and uploaded. I think it's on my Rumble. She called my job to try to get me fired. I'm pretty sure she made a voodoo doll of me. She has been in coerce. She's still talking about me. In fact, Denise and David have shared Thomas Schoenberger's false defamation of me between each other. They have actually literally been in alignment with one another, not me and Denise.
So when I was fucking dealing with Neil,
everybody knows that, David. That is like common knowledge in all of this, is because here's what happened. I stupidly had Denise on a stream that I did called Vigil Anti YouTube. And that's when Thomas Schoenberger first showed up in my chat. Thomas is writing on his wall like, oh, Terry introduced me to Denise. No, I had Denise on my show. She contacted me on X, or it was Twitter at the time. I proved that before too. And then Thomas was in my chat for the first time. That's what happened. So don't go back and try to change history, guys. It didn't happen that way.
Brick at the SMART conferences in Connecticut. You know, again, it's all this child trafficking bullshit. And it needs to be exposed. And they can threaten me. They can fucking do.
Nobody's threatening you, David. Nobody's threatening you. I mean, maybe you got some trolls making some creepy videos. Hey, join the club. You're not alone in that. All right. But most of us, including me, we just want you to stop. We want you to stop the abuse. That's why we watch you. That's why we listen to you, because we're recording and we're documenting your defamation. Because your day, you say, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to end. Well, something's going to end it. Something's going to end it, like a restraining order, or it's going to be a lawsuit, or you're going to lose your YouTube channel. Something is going to stop your abuse, David. Something will stop you, and it deserves to be stopped.
Whatever the fuck they want. Send the Oompa Loompa meth head and the fucking Mexican munchkin into my house. All they fucking want. They can make threats. They can make as many fucking videos of my house blowing up and me being lynched that they fucking want. I'm never going to stop. This child trafficking bullshit needs to be stopped.
Yes, of course it does, but it's not us, David. If you want to stop child trafficking, then go after the real child traffickers, not attack innocent people. I'm so over him, and I'm not going to play anymore. Okay, so you get the setup. Plus, I don't want to have the F-bomb like all over my YouTube channel from David Shurter, because I'm replaying his stuff, because he can't stop using profanity on YouTube. So we're going to his blog. And I want to point out a few things about, this is the blog. Like, he goes further on and tells people to go to his blog and talks about this Trave, this person. I just can't watch him right now. But if you want to look at that video, hey, knock yourself out. If you want to go through, double check on what I'm saying, please do. So he goes on about an account. Let's start here. First he goes, and this is the beginning of this post. Let's see, make sure you're seeing it okay. Here we go. And this is the beginning of this post for the first email from Johnny Dub, who forwarded me an email he got from Thomas Schoenberger. So here we go. Johnny Dub is communicating with Thomas Schoenberger, and David is showing it as a receipt against Daniel Dowd here. Okay. And this is typical of what David does. He says he's not working with Thomas Schoenberger, and yet he accepts emails from these people, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have any material. And who's behind it? Who is sharing whose stuff? Oh, wait, we're still getting Thomas Schoenberger's words on David Shurter's show. So here it says, I haven't watched Dowd in a long time. Yeah, I'm sure you have, Thomas. I'm sure you have. They all say David says, I haven't watched, I don't know what she's doing. I don't pay attention to her. Well, if you don't pay attention to me, then why are you talking about me? And I haven't watched David in a long time. Daniel Dowd's victim was named Emily, and she was 3 years old. It's sick, Dowd. And I don't even want to repeat it, but Dowd has under for kids under the age of 13 to get their IP addresses. And then you look at Cappy saying he's not suicidal, but did he become a Judas? I think this is Thomas Schoenberger's words. This is Thomas Schoenberger's crap. I think that's when he realized that his keybase in Telegram were being used to lure kids. What keybase? What Telegram? Telegram didn't even exist then, Thomas. Telegram didn't exist when, well, maybe it did. Maybe Telegram did exist. But Keybase had nothing to do with Telegram, to my understanding. Geo Farnsworth was part of that with the family. And you know what? I don't think Daniel Dowd was part of that. I think that was Geo and Shark Belly Kelly and, you know, a woman named Reagan and a woman named Penniless Shepherd, David, that you go on their show, that right-wing 17th letter of the alphabet show, David Zublik, Awake Now. That's right, David. Big old guest with Penniless Shepherd, who tells people that she is 11 from Stranger Things. Some super soldier bullshit. Okay, so let's go back. And then we have like here. This is a bigger, who's this from? It's hard to tell who this is from. Or is oh yeah, okay, so this is his response. Why are the attacks on him getting so intense? Because he's over the target, and I believe there was conspirative actors being paid to silence Isaac. I hope he backs off Gabe. That's dangerous territory. This still sounds like Thomas, or it's. I know you're not a Christian. You know. Yeah, here we go. Thomas. It's Thomas. Thomas is spinning this. Thomas is in here. Why is Dowd and Corey Daniel trying to desperately to silence Shurter? So again, clearly Thomas is backing David Shurter. Thomas is backing David Shurter. Do you understand that? Does everybody get that? Are we clear on the fact that Thomas is backing David Shurter, and yet David Shurter calls him a Nazi satanic pedophile? Daily, almost, you know, like David is calling, you know, Thomas Schoenberg a child murderer, and yet he's still defending David. Explain that to me, please. I have Thomas calling my job, trying to get me fired, contacting my job. I'm mentioned in the MSU article. I had a retraction letter sent to me for some X posts. But David can do what he's doing, and Thomas will back him. Come on, don't you see we see this? Stop it. We're not stupid. Okay. Let me see. I want to get out of here. How do I get out of this one? Wait, how am I? Here we are. Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to like. Okay, here we go. All right. So you saw that. Scroll. And by the way, David, this is not blogging. Okay. This doing stupid receipts like this is not writing, really. So here we get a comment. They stole my old email address. Saint Ger is short for Saint Germain. Oh my goodness. Saint Germain. That's Thomas. That was Thomas's email. So Thomas, again, I don't know why you get a pass. I didn't. Okay. We're going to keep going. No one's taken over Thomas's email. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. This is the account on X. Latrave. I'll give you the goods on Gabe Hoffman. I'll give you the goods on Gabe Hoffman. First, read this post about the intelligence asset child sex trafficker Rachel Siegel. It's a long post, but I'll tell you how she connects to Gabe Hoffman. Anyways, and you know, I'm not going to go through all of this, but clearly they're alluding that Gabe Hoffman is involved with the 764 cult. No proof. Just what? How is this proof? What? Really? Here we go. Not only is Jewish hedge fund, what does it matter if he's Jewish? What does it matter if he's Jewish, right? Not only is Jewish hedge fund manager and Keno Casino financier Gabe Hoffman following the sock account of Elaine Miller, a member of the notorious pedophile cult 764, but Elaine Miller is following Gabe back. What are Gabe and Elaine talking to each other about? So, you know, were they following each other? I mean, following somebody, and are they, you know, I mean, does this post make anybody part of the 764 club? Like, people follow each other on social media for various reasons. It doesn't mean that they're affiliated about something. I mean, if you're going to go there and criticize people for following people, let's talk about the fact that Corey Daniel, Phoenix Enigma, is following this guy on X. I said that earlier. Does that mean that he's an anti-Semite and he's comfortable with like all these kind of alt-right sentiments because he follows it? I mean, is Phoenix Enigma following this guy because he, you know, is studying him? He wants to see what his posts. I mean, I follow people sometimes because I'm watching what they're doing. It doesn't mean that I'm sentimental about them or that I'm affiliated with or I agree with what their thoughts are. You guys know that. But is Corey Daniel in alignment with this guy? I mean, if we're going to sit back and talk about like, you know, what people are because they follow each other on social media, then let's ask those questions. If you're going to ask questions, you know, about Gabe Hoffman following this lady on the 764 cult, apparently, if that's true, you know, if that means something, then let's talk about Corey Daniel following the anti-Semite guy. So I'm just scrolling. Gabe Hoffman thinks it's funny to follow members of a child sex trafficking satanic cult because it's totally pawns the Nazis. Yet this guy is an anti-Semite. See, if Nick Fuentes was caught being mutuals with an avowed 764 member with connections to child sex trafficking, I doubt Gabe would see the humor. So he's mentioning Nick Fuentes. Like, this is so alt-right. Such alt-right bullshit. Gabe Hoffman says, I'm laughing at how I made you completely spiral after barely acknowledged your existence last night. You have just spent hours schizo posting again today about me, going back to blocking you now. Take your meds and stop being a neo-Nazi lunatic stalker. Got anything to say for yourself, big guy? I don't see anyone laughing at the joke that you thought would be so funny. So, you know, this smacks of the group that propagated this propaganda and the associations. So all this is David's proof. An anti-Semite trigger posting about Gabe Hoffman on X. Nice. No, it's not nice. Look at this. Oh my God, it just goes on and on and on. Who gave you this, Thomas? David? Who gave you this? Troll Cow complaining about my association with 764, yet no one else is there to help me when I get catfished. Who cares about Troll Cow? Wow. Shortly before he was murdered under mysterious circumstances, Isaac Cappy said Gabe Hoffman was a gatekeeper to control the narrative. Okay. And he wasn't murdered. He was unalivened. He unalivened himself. That is the official record. Stop making a conspiracy about it. Stop it. Look at this guy's perpetuating it. Who is this guy? Huh? I mean, who's behind this account? We don't even know who this person is. We don't know what their face is. Hell, it could be hoax. It could be Thomas. It could be any one of these players. My goodness. This doesn't say anything. Do you see the pattern here? They do screenshots and then they frame it and they put people's names in it. This is so shadow box. Reputation management company. Right? Satanic child sex trafficking. This is just crap. Oh, wait. Are they following each other? They're communicating. Check your DMs at Shurter D. Oh, there we go. He likes it. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Yep. There you go. Let me see. I don't know why it does that. Oh. I know I'm having weird things happen in the StreamYard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, let me show you my receipt, which I posted on X, and I've also posted on my my YouTube channel. So yeah, let me see. Oops, sorry. Maybe I should just do a really quick song. There's another song I want to play. Let me find this and get it ready, and I'll be right back. Butcher knife stepson. That's right, David. You were hovering over your mother's head with a butcher knife. Ain't that right?
Butcher knife steps in, wearing my man bun, thinking I'm a G-man, dreaming the pig pen. Nobody has fun until I'm done. Bro, butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun, another restraining order. Scum, bro. 2, 3, 4, 5 hit whip. Butcher knife stepson, don't need gun. I will cycle pump you till you done another restraining order. Fun. Yeah. Butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun. People say I'm scum. scum, I'm done. Butcher knife stepson, thinking this is fun. Oh, butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun, thinking I'm a G-man, dreaming the pig pen, nobody has fun until I'm done. Oh, butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun, another restraining orders, go. Whoa. 2, 3, 4, 5, hit with butcher knife stepson.
Okay, so I'm back. All right, so we're going to I'm going to show you my X post. All right. David Shurter is using an anti-Semite Trave LeBlanc as a legitimate source against Gabe Hoffman when clearly he's an anti-Semite against Jewish people. It's hypocritical of Shurter since he accuses his targets of being Nazi pedos and alt-right. So here's what this guy, let's just look, this is his pinned post on his X account. Let me see. If some misfortune should befall me in the near future, it will most likely have something to do with my ex-girlfriend, Kelly Morgan Simmers, having faked her death, and it will involve Jews. Okay? Oh, here. This is his account, see? I took it from here. Just a Trave trying to make his way in the not Trave's world, the only non-fed on right-wing internet. So he's right-wing, clearly. And there's Phoenix following him. Just saying. I mean, if you're going to say that Gabe Hoffman is a pedo, and against you because, he followed some lady back when, that really, it's hard to determine whether that really happened or not. Then, let's speculate that maybe Phoenix Enigma has anti-Semitic sentiments. How about that? Because it goes both ways, guys. And on that note, I'm going to get on with my day. Have a good one. See, what do I want to play? Let's do Drive-By. How about that? This is also dedicated to stalker, restraining order holding David Shurter.
Driving by your house, 'cause she won't respond to my emails. She dwells in my imagination and paranoia gestation of the unmentionable. As I drive by her house, I look on. I'm going berserk, 'cause I'm just like Captain Kirk. By her house, I look on. I'm going berserk, 'cause I'm just like Captain Kirk.
All right.
Butcher knife steps in, wearing my man bun, thinking I'm a G-man, dreaming the pig pen. Nobody has fun until I'm done. Bro, butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun, another restraining order. Scum, bro. 2, 3, 4, 5, hit whip. Butcher knife stepson, don't need gun. I will cycle pump you till you done, another restraining order. Fun. Yeah. Butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun. People say I'm scum. I'm done. Butcher knife stepson, thinking this is fun. Stepson, where my man bought another restraining orders. Go. Whoa. 2, 3, 4, 5, hit with. Put your knife, stepson.